Chetty Bobby. Welcome to Wrasslin with Big E and the POT. Podcast tag champs of the whole world, slamming like a DDT. Got it like just like a figure four. Hulk Hogan, all they do is flex. Talking wrestling while they get the dough. Off the top like a superplex. Think they laying up? Hell no. Dusty Rose with the elbow. From the corner like a stinging splash straight to the face. I know you felt those. Hey, y'all crying out for help though. Rising up like the dead man. About to go upside your head like Stone Cold with the bedpan. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrestling's where you need to be. Chetty Bobby, this show improved like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrestling's where you need to be. Chetty Bobby, this show improved like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. Yeah.
Hey, welcome to Wrasslin. I'm the POT alongside my tag team partner, Big E, aka them Wrestling Boys. And we're here to bring you another episode of premium wrestling content. What's going on, bro?
What you say, brother?
Hey, man, time for another one. It's that time.
Yeah, man, episode 12.
Yes, sir.
12B.
Yes, sir.
12A and 12B. No. Hey, man, another episode. Welcome to Wrasslin, man. We here, man.
Yes,
Again.
sir.
Banging them out. And we got a good one today. Today gonna be a fun one. It's already been a fun one for the last 10 minutes. It's already been a fun one. But yeah, so welcome to Wrasslin, man. Welcome to Wrasslin. Hey, real quick, before we get into it, we're doing another topic tonight. So before we get into the topic, gotta talk Roman Reigns from Raw. Gotta talk Roman Reigns.
Absolutely.
Not gonna get into the whole shows this week, because we got a good episode. We got a good little topic that we want to talk about, and I believe we could talk about this for hours. So I'm trying to we're gonna just get into it. But gotta talk Roman Reigns coming back. Roman Reigns has got that schedule to where if he doesn't have the belt, you don't even know if he's gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know about you, but that didn't even cross my mind that he was going to be there that night. You know what I'm saying? Which it should have, because it was Seth and CM Punk in the cage, you know.
Right.
But he went out there, and I mean, he smashed Seth Rollins, and they wouldn't put the camera on, and you knew somebody was coming out because the crowd went crazy.
Yeah. Well, when you heard the crowd, you kind of knew.
Yeah,
I did, but I get what you're saying. I just like Roman Reigns going to be there in the dirt sheets.
Right. But when the crowd went crazy, so you knew somebody was coming out there.
Right.
And then when he, they just left the camera on Seth, and then he got grabbed from behind.
Yeah, just pulled him out.
Lo and behold, Roman Reigns, which is still the man. He's still the tribal chief. He smashed Seth Rollins out there. And then he's so, he was like Cena at first, kind of shoving him down, you winning everything, shoving him down your throat. But bro, he has really taken when he did the thing with looking at the wise man with Paul Heyman and CM Punk in the ring, like just his facial expressions and all that stuff, bro, everything is on point with that dude. You know what I mean? And if you think about it, like, he's really preserving his body to be around for a long time, if that's what he chooses to do. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't like he ain't in the ring every week.
When you said how he just shows up whenever he want to show up, that just made me think of Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
He kind of reached. I mean, in a way, Roman was champion for damn near 4 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That ain't been done since Hogan.
Right, brother.
So he's
your favorite wrestler of all time.
Well, yeah, right. You tear off my t-shirts when I was 8 years old and shit. But that being said, though, as far as Roman, I mean, he when he turned heel, they kind of went a different track than Cena. Cena was the man, but they force fed it, but they stuck with that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Which you had the crowd. We love Cena. Cena sucks. We love Cena.
Yeah.
Cena sucks. Then it became a thing. Almost
Right.
like Kurt Angle. You suck.
You suck. Yeah.
You suck. Even when he was a face, they do it. Or the Daniel Bryan, yes, and he came with the no. So definitely have interaction with the crowd and stuff. But this whole run with him as the tribal chief and the whole the bloodline storyline still going, and it's been some very exciting story television the past 4 years, so but now look like we're gonna have a triple threat on our hands. Like you said, his facial expression, he went in there, and even Paul Heyman, we definitely got to show him love because he's so dramatic,
right?
And he's in there with Punk, and like all looking all concerned, and then Roman like, what is he? What? They went in there and just worked him over too, so it's that definitely was a good way to end Raw at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought that was real cool. Just what they needed. Stuff's it's WrestleMania season, so they setting everything up.
Right.
Looks like it might be Logan Paul and AJ Styles.
Yeah, that kind of went a different track then, or are they gonna circle back around? But it's like because Braun Breaker and AJ didn't really have a match.
Right.
So I mean, or are they gonna end up doing like a fatal 4-way or something?
There ain't no telling.
With Balor.
Yeah. Man, that'd be cool.
That's possible. They get all 4 of them on the card.
Yeah.
One match.
Yeah.
I just thought about that. Maybe
they got plenty of time to do it. You got to think it's 2 nights. 2 nights, 6 hours, 5 hours. It's gonna be 6 to 11, or 7 to 12, however they're gonna do it. But probably 6 to 11, especially on Sunday. But I don't know, man. The only thing like I said, just seeing, it's just weird if you're gonna see them 3 in that triple threat match for nothing. What's the just because you hate each other? That's it.
You talking about Roman, Punk, and
Punk and Rollins? Like there's nothing on the line. There's
Yeah, I know.
But
again, that's almost like the previous match the potential previous match we talked about getting.
Yeah,
you're right. It's 3 because one of them don't want to be in a title match or something.
Right.
But I mean, plus we never seen Roman and Seth 1-on-1 at a WrestleMania.
Right.
It's almost like when Randy and Cena never went 1-on-1 at a WrestleMania.
Right.
That's kind of weird. That was like the biggest rival. But I guess you could say the same. Triple H and HBK didn't go 1-on-1 at a WrestleMania.
Not at WrestleMania, no.
Right. They fought in a triple threat.
Right.
Just like Randy and Cena and who was the third in that match? Triple H.
Yeah.
WrestleMania 24.
Did you see the rivals on A&E?
No, I be forgetting about that show.
Man, I'm about 3/4 in, but bro, it's the Triple H and HBK rivalry.
Yeah,
bro, it's so good. They talk about before he left, and them getting into it and all this stuff, and like you got JBL and Kevin Nash and Kofi Kingston and Natalya. And they're all talking about
at the round table.
Yeah, at the round table. Yeah, so that has been good, man. Like I said, I'm 3/4 in. I'm hopefully finish it later, tomorrow or something. But yeah, man. So let's jump into our topic. Oh,
right.
And Cena will be at Raw this Monday.
Yeah, over
So
in
that's
Europe. He
gonna
must
be
be filming a movie over there.
that's gonna be interesting though.
Right.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll definitely
See,
be covering. We'll
he's
definitely
gonna
be
give us some
covering that.
dialogue. Is he gonna be wearing Captain Crunch shirt? You know, I doubt it, but
Right.
we
I'm
don't
thinking
know.
he's. I'm wondering, does he come in a suit?
That I can. You might be right about that one. I can see him doing that. I mean, they Hollywood, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. All right, man. So let's jump into the topic for the week, and this is gonna be a fun one. Like I said, it's already been a fun one, but we're gonna talk our favorite live events that we've attended throughout the years. And we're just going to take turns talking about ones. A lot of them we've been to together. A lot of them we've been to the same event and didn't even know each other was there. You know what I
Right.
mean? So, and we're just going to talk about that, the run-ins and the experiences we've had, and just like, comment, subscribe, comment on your favorite live events you've been to, or who you met or ran into, or anything like that. So that's what we're going to talk about today. It's going to be a fun one. So I'll let you start it off, bro. Tell us. I'm already feeling that horse coming. We just had a game a couple hours ago,
Right.
baseball game. So their voice is like kind of cracking at different points. So, but yeah, man, go ahead and start us off, man, and we'll talk about it till we don't want to talk about it no more.
All right. I'm gonna start out with a bang, bro.
Okay.
Georgia Dome was the year 1998.
Yeah.
Don't remember the date.
I'm surprised.
Don't remember the date. Just being real.
Right.
But when Goldberg beat Hogan for the
Mm,
WCW World Heavyweight Championship,
right.
and out of all the shows I've been to, it ain't been millions,
Right.
but the shows we've been to
Mhm.
in
And we
Atlanta,
haven't made it to a WrestleMania yet,
right?
but that's
But
coming.
but the shows I've been to, this was the loudest pop I ever heard,
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
And the Georgia Dome about blew the lid off that night.
Went
And
crazy.
now in WC, like, and at this Attitude Era, right?
Yeah.
They, so this is the Monday Night Wars, that era.
This is
And
when you pay all the money for them seats and get pissed because everybody had a sign back then.
right,
Right. Everybody had signs.
right,
Everybody. It was like Death Row and Bad Boy. Like everybody was making you pick. You had to pick. Was you run with WCW? Was you going with WWE? Because you couldn't watch both of them at the same time back then. You had
yeah.
to pick one.
Well, I was,
Yeah.
I definitely was trying to channel surf, but it's almost
Oh,
like listening to the
absolutely.
radio. It's like
Yeah.
listening to the radio where it's like they be in commercials at the same time,
Right. Right.
So
Yeah. And
but
you knew something was always going to happen at the top of the hour.
right, something
Especially
big.
on Nitro, because Nitro would come on first. So at 9:00 something was going to happen. NWO was coming out. If they didn't
Right,
start the show, something was going to happen to try to get you from trying to see what was going to happen on Raw.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah.
So, but the Georgia Dome is not a basketball arena.
Mhm.
They held a WrestleMania there. It's a football stadium,
Right.
and they used to put they didn't have the whole dome. They used to put like a curtain to
Mhm.
cut off parts of the dome, almost like how they do the Final Fours and stuff back in those
Right.
days.
Yeah.
So, but it was like maybe 40,000 people there
Yeah. I was
still.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I remember leaving like when he won because he fought twice.
Yeah.
Scott Hall was away for whatever reason. He
Mhm.
came back in the limo. They showed him on the big screen, and he fought Goldberg. He was like, "Yeah, you got to get through me." And Scott Hall, Goldberg beat him in 72 seconds or something, who
Right.
knows.
Yeah.
And then of course he got Hogan at the end. And man,
And it
that
was
place,
clean too. 1, 2, 3.
man, that the pop, the pop was just, and then I remember leaving the dome and walking out. Everybody was like, Goldberg,
Goldberg. Yeah.
Goldberg, go. I was like, man, this is crazy, so so I had to start out with a bang on that one. That
Right.
definitely was very memorable for me.
Absolutely. I'm gonna start mine out with my first one.
Okay.
And it was in August, and it was 1990.
Okay.
So it was right after I was in the 5th grade. So it was going into the 6th grade.
Yeah.
And Sting was the heavyweight champion. And they had the dudes with attitudes with Elegante and Junkyard Dog and Paul Orndorff, and
Right.
yeah, they look crew or whatever. So it was then, of course, they were battling with the Four Horsemen and all that stuff. It was on the second row when you sat down, but you could run up to the gate, the security rail when everybody came in or whatever.
Right.
So, I remember getting to see the Freebirds, got to see Doom, Rock and Roll Express, and it was a super show, what they call it now, but it was the Friday show, the Saturday morning, Saturday night, and Sunday.
Yeah,
so
they
bro,
were doing the tapings.
Yeah, so it was like 4 hours long. So you seeing a couple guys 2-3 times.
Okay, right. One might cut a promo in one, and then later he have a match, and probably have a tag match. Yeah.
So I have 2 memories. Of course, I remember who I saw or whatever, but 2 memories come out of my mind on that one. And I'm gonna go through it real quick. I had got this, and that's where I got this Sting shirt with the big gold on it. Yeah, that's where I got it from. So I had that shirt on. I got the shirt as soon as I got there and put it on. Got the high five to Z-Man and all them, and like Big Van Vader was out there. I don't think the Road Warriors were there, but I know Vader was there, and that's when he was wearing the headgear. You know what I'm saying, with the Sting that came out. Excuse me. And I remember then Sting finally came out. I saw him on the interview, like you said. They had the interview on the podium.
Okay.
And then he finally came out, bro. Got to see him up close. And bro just went right past my hand to somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
What?
I was like, bro, I was like heartbroken, dog.
Dang.
I was heartbroken. But hey, you talking about that's the worst moment in my little life, in my 10-year-old life at the time. Or 11-year-old, however I was.
That was your birthday gift.
Yeah. So I was 11. So bro, my heart was broken, dog. I had my hand out. He going high five and everybody going all the way around. You know what I'm saying? Had my hand out. It went right here to somebody else.
Dang.
And I was like, man, he didn't even look at me. He didn't, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking, we're gonna meet. We're gonna be pals.
You know what? My thinking, my booking hat. That's why I want to have my booking hat.
Yeah.
That would be perfect for your heel turn.
Yeah.
You'll turn on Sting.
Right. My hand was right there.
My hand.
Yeah. You did it on purpose.
Right. Damn.
But yeah, so it's safe to say that I got big league by Sting. Sting big league me.
Yeah.
But
you had the Ricky Morton haircut. That's why.
Yeah. Nah, I had cut it off by then. But
you supposed to have your hair like Sting.
Hey, oh yeah, that I had the flat top. Yeah. But but I also remember going, kind of like going to back where the locker room was and kind of looking back there. Right. And I saw Ricky Morton and Arn Anderson sitting there talking.
Ooh, that ruined it for you then.
And I was like, wow. I was like, they don't like each other. Like, what are they doing? You know what I'm saying? They smarted me up and didn't even know it. You know,
Right. You see,
right,
that's what you get for being all curious and nosy, trying
right.
to, try to do too much. You out
We
there,
got away with it, wasn't for you darn kids.
right?
Yeah,
Well,
but yeah, that's
yeah,
my
that's
first.
real though.
Yeah, but that was yeah, man. But I was so starstruck that first one, man. It was absolutely unbelievable, and it was at the Cobb County Civic Center, so that made it even
Yeah,
better because it was
and your
close
back,
knit.
yeah, right,
Yeah,
right. Yeah, you could have walked there.
right. Yeah.
That's cool, bro. To be honest with you, I've never been to one of those shows at the Civic Center.
Mm-hmm.
Not, the NWA, WCW stuff.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I had to fight to be a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
It wasn't easy in my household, so I wasn't never able to get to go to those at that age. I didn't start
Yeah.
going to shows until I was like my late teens and stuff, where I was
Able
probably
to
working a
drive
job
and
or
had a couple of dollars.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
that was my first and last one for a long time. Like I didn't go to another one until later on, you know what I'm saying?
right, right.
Yeah.
That's cool though. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Well, I will name another one that was very memorable for me. And I start out with a couple that me and you wasn't together
Mhm.
on. So uh, my next one was Survivor Series 2015, 25 years of Undertaker.
Yeah.
And Undertaker and Kane faced off with the Wyatt. And but something special that night happened. Saw a Money in the Bank cash in. They had a 4-man tournament for the WWE title.
Mhm.
And it was like Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns. I can't remember the other two. To be honest, might have been Seth and somebody else. I can't remember who was the fourth, or Ambrose might have been in there. I can't really remember. But Roman Reigns ended up winning the 4-man tournament and was celebrating. He won the world title. He fought 2 matches, won the world title. Shame's music hit. Bro kicked
And
his
it's a
face
wrap.
off. Kicked his face off, and Sheamus left as the new world WWE champion.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was cool to being able to see, cash in, and also that was my only pay-per-view I've been to, because it's been Raw or maybe a
Right.
SmackDown
Yeah.
or Nitro. That my first and only pay-per-view that I've been to. Um, but
Okay.
I will tell you real quick. I gotta tell you a story how I got to that. Uh, how I ended up going to that show. Shout out to Muhammad. I'm actually representing, like, wearing Atlanta area shirt. My high school officiating association. Shout out to all you guys. If any of y'all listen, much love to you. But we always had love for officiating. However, Muhammad's like the people's champ. Everybody like this guy. He has crazy sense of humor. But come to find out, Muhammad and I shared that we're wrestling fans.
Mm.
So he invited me to Survivor Series, just on the humbug, man. And just like, hey man, I got an extra ticket. Me, my son, my wife going. It was like, okay. Uh went, had a great time, man.
Isn't that
So
what Roman
shout
Reigns came through the
I'll get to that. I'm gonna get to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My bad.
So yeah. So shout out to Muhammad. But to E point, uh that was when Roman Reigns was coming to the ring through the crowd.
Yeah.
So dude wife is a huge Roman Reigns fan. Like, she was like all about it.
Yeah.
So I think she strategically got these seats in this area, because I wasn't smart enough. I wasn't previewed to this. It was just, he had the ticket. I'm the fourth guy. Cool beans. Hey, had a good time, man. But that was where we were sitting in the section where Roman Reigns walked to the ring through the
Yeah.
crowd. And I will say, I got a fist pump from Roman Reigns. And I think that's what made me he planted seeds because I wasn't a huge fan of his at that time. 'Cause I was just like everybody else. They was starting to force feed him. I was happy when Sheamus cashed in money in the bank. I had something to talk about,
Yeah, yeah.
especially when we were leaving because his wife was pretty upset. But yeah, she
still
was.
real to her, damn it.
Yeah, she took that one hard. But it was still cool that I was one of he didn't miss my hand.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Wow.
that was
What a dig that was.
kind of.
That was like, boy, you cold as ice.
Nah. Hey,
Well, you cold
it was
as
like
ice.
that. It was like that Mean Joe Green commercial. Hey kid,
Right. Hey, kid.
he threw me a glove.
Right. Yeah,
Oh
no.
man, I asked for the best.
Right.
But
That's when he
nah.
still wore that bulletproof vest to the ring.
Hey,
Well, out there wrestling in Teflon.
Two more things on that show. I will say, seeing Kane come out with the fire.
Yeah.
That fire was hot, bro. Like you felt it, and we wasn't sitting by the stage. We were still sitting down in the bottom, but it was like,
Yeah.
that you felt that, when that fire when Kane was coming out there, that was pretty impressive. And also seeing Undertaker with one of his long, especially
Yeah.
emphasize 25
Just seeing his
years.
entrance had to be cool, seeing it live like
Yeah,
that.
nah, it was cool. It was cool. Like and then seeing the Wyatt family.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you take that for granted,
Right.
especially now.
Right.
So
Yeah, absolutely, man.
rest in
R.I.P.
peace,
Bray
Bray
Wyatt.
Wyatt and Lou Harper.
Yeah. Yeah.
So so that was cool, just especially looking back at it. But
Yeah.
another thing that was cool, Wale, the rapper.
Oh, okay.
That was when he was, I'm sure he probably a lifelong fan. I don't know. We don't know this guy, but he made it clear that because he's still around now, at the shows and stuff. But I seen him there and actually had shared some dialogue with him, and he was like,
Oh,
"Hey,
that's
that
cool.
was
Yeah,
crazy
that's what's
seeing."
up.
Yeah, he was like, "Man, that's crazy seeing the cash in, wasn't it?" We were like, "Yeah, and da 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 da." We small
Yeah.
talk because his wife, like, we went to of course, people who from Atlanta been to Phillips Arena or State Farm Arena or the Omni is all in the same place.
Right.
And it's right by the Gulch. So like where the wrestlers and entertainers, the part of the arena they walk in, they got the parking lot, right there. So we was
Right.
waiting
Yeah.
for the wrestlers to go to their cars and all that, and
Yeah.
that was a trip too, just seeing whatever rental they were riding in or
Right.
so they
Or
come.
who they get in the car with.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right. So
Yeah. I
that was,
remember. Yeah, that's what's up.
yeah.
All right. Well, you did a pay-per-view, so I'm gonna do the only pay-per-view I've ever been to. And it was gosh, now I feel stupid. It was either 2007, 2008 TNA Bound for Glory.
Right.
And that was, the show was huge. It was Sting and Kurt Angle for the title. Kevin Nash made his return that night. They had an Ultimate X match.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you had the Christian was there when he was Christian Cage. And Pac-Man Jones, him and R-Truth, that's when they was the tag team when he was suspended. And he was
Yeah,
doing the wrestling thing. Yeah, so Pac-Man Jones was there.
that's cool.
Yeah, and the Dudleys and the Steiners fought in that Falls Count Anywhere match.
Wow.
And I mean that like Scott Steiner and Bubba Ray Dudley were I could have slapped the hell out of one of them. That's how close they were fighting, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I think I was on the second row on the aisle seat, you know what I'm saying? So it was just like, man, it was you couldn't miss anything. And just
right.
you know, all the action that, especially in TNA back then, you know, it was a lot of action going on.
Right.
You know, especially with the X division and all that. So yeah, that was, bro, and the Sting and Kurt Angle.
Yeah,
This
that's pretty
07,
cool in
so
itself.
you already got them guys like they in prime, but they in they can still out wrestle almost anybody on the roster.
Right.
You know, so and then Kevin Nash came back and made his little return and was out there trying to help. And it was right before they formed the Main Event Mafia.
Right.
Yeah. So,
But
but
you know, some of Kurt Angle's best years was TNA. I mean, dude was just a machine. I mean, think of the matches he had with Samoa Joe, and and Sting or whoever. Dude
right,
was a machine.
absolutely.
You
Like
know,
you talk about
uh,
somebody that first of all he won a gold medal with a broken freaking neck.
right.
You know, but to pick it up that fast and then be able to do some of the funniest stuff and some of the serious stuff that you've ever seen. Because, bro, he was hilarious in WWE.
Yeah, he was.
You know, but he was that dude in TNA.
Like, yeah, yes, he was. I
Yeah,
mean,
because he was all in TNA
the
a
matches
lot
with
of the time.
AJ Styles,
Man,
man.
yeah, they don't get no better than that. You know, so, but what a show that was, man. One of my favorite shows I've ever been to.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, this next show is gonna be one that we went to together.
All right.
This was actually a very special occasion because it was our number one wrestler in the business. 70th birthday.
Okay. Yeah.
Raw celebration.
Yeah.
And we sat somewhere where we normally at that time never sat at.
Right.
By on that end where the stage was at. So we was kind of able to kind of see a little peek behind the curtain a little. We
Right.
couldn't see Gorilla, but we could see where they walk in
Yeah.
and then come out on the stage, like to the lights in the crowd, right?
Right.
But also that night, I mean, it was legendary because all the people, Sting, Ricky Steamboat, all them, obviously Triple H, and they was all came out there for Nate, to celebrate his 70th
Who we
birthday.
never got to see come out.
Never got to see come out. But
heartbroken again.
There were two returns that night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Batista.
One, yep, of course.
Yeah.
He attacked what?
Do I have your attention now, Hunter? Yeah.
Right. Pulled him out of the room and dragged him. And then they didn't see who it was. And then of course, camera panned up and boom, it was. So
yeah,
that was cool in itself.
Yeah.
I mean, for the story,
right.
So and then of course that was when Roman Reigns told us that he was in remission.
Right.
He was on leave because of
leukemia. Yeah.
Right. Flared up.
But,
so
yeah, that was that was when he came back. And that was and that was definitely different for us because we started off, just being a regular in the crowd, and we try to get closer and closer and closer and closer. But we had never been by the entrance, when they came out, which was so cool because we was right there, at the very end. And especially when there's something happen and the person would, more than likely the loser or something would leave and come out that way.
Right.
So we got to dap up Finn Balor, look too sweet with him. But yeah, it was cool. Like, we'll forever be on TV because you can see us right there when Roman Reigns comes out to tell everybody he's in remission. They play that, you can find that anywhere. You know what I mean? You just see that big Alabama A sweatshirt. That is I. But yeah, and it had been a minute since we had been to a big show a show period.
Right.
Together for a while. So that was good, man. Good. Yeah, I like that one. All right. I don't remember what year it was, but we went to Dynamite, AEW Dynamite together.
Yeah.
And it was Cody and Wardlow in the cage. And that moonsault off the cage, bro.
That I think that's might be my favorite experience, bro. That show right there.
Yeah. Because we took a selfie with him afterwards, you know, and got to chop it up for like about 10 seconds. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And, well, but you know, of course, we went to Marietta.
Yeah. Because he was a Lassiter guy. Yeah. So he just made little small talk for a second, and then
right.
But it was just, man, what a different pace we got to check out that night. First time getting to see that company live, and for us, and just to see something different for a change.
Think about where we sat at.
Yeah. We was on the third or fourth row, or the second row.
Well, we ended up in the front.
Right. Yeah. We ended up ringside. Yeah.
Like that was crazy. And never seen a cage match in person. I haven't.
Mm-hmm.
And
I don't think I have either.
And be that close to the cage. Like that was crazy. And like you said, he did the moves, man. Yeah, that was
a good one. Yeah. And that's one we're never gonna forget.
I also that night made me start to appreciate Orange Cassidy.
Yeah.
Like just seeing him work, and just, I mean, that whole gimmick is a trip, man. But some of that stuff he can do with his hands in his pockets is like, damn, dude. Like
even the pop up. Like, how you gonna do that with your hands in your pockets?
Yeah, he
you know what I'm saying? But
he gained my and also, to tell you another thing that was cool, since we sat down there, was when MJF, and he like really just was right there at our feet.
Right. Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. That was a cool experience that night.
Yeah, that was a good
one. Yeah. Well, I got another one. I'm going back to WCW though.
Okay.
This was another show at the Georgia Dome, Nitro. But it was the night after the streak was ended.
Oh, wow.
The Goldberg streak.
Yeah.
Kevin Nash, Starcade. Kevin Nash, Scott Hall with the taser. Boom. Nash, new world champion.
Flair's the commissioner.
Man.
Hogan shows up.
Man.
Hogan's running for president.
Man. Yeah. Of course, they had Wolfpack, NWO Wolfpack, NWO.
Right.
Black and, Hollywood. Yeah. And matter of fact, remember they had the storyline with Goldberg, got locked up.
Yeah, he went. They had him in jail.
Mm-hmm. And the main event was gonna be Nash versus Hogan for the WCW World Heavyweight title. That Nash won.
Nash
the night before.
Ain't even been a champ for 24 hours.
Right. So of course, Goldberg about to get out of jail. They show him rushing back to the Georgia Dome.
Yeah.
And they squared off, Nash and Hogan.
Mm-hmm. Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
But
When Nash comes out, he brings Scott Hall with him.
bring Scott Hall with him.
He
Yeah.
ain't seen Scott. Of course, you saw Scott Hall the night before, but you ain't
Right.
seen him in a minute.
Right.
And they both had the Wolfpack shirts on.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I was so disappointed when they did that finger poke, man. I couldn't
The
believe
finger
it.
poke of doom.
I couldn't believe it, man. Like that was wow. That's like when David Arquette won the world title.
Dude. I'm not gonna go that far. I went to that show. Like I say, we weren't together at that show.
Right.
I went with a real good friend of mine. Shout out to John Manitou. We was at the show together, and so we were sitting in the folding chairs in the handicap section.
Okay.
Like right above the first, like when you go down, you know what I'm saying? You got the little section right there where you had chairs across. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then you had the stands go up some more. And anyway, we was right there.
Right.
So when it happened, when you're there live, you can't see it like you see it on TV. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So it took a minute to register.
Right.
What had just happened. And then me and him looked at each other and went crazy because it was like you got the Wolfpack back together, you got the NWO back together. Like we're ultimate heels. You know what I'm saying? So I thought it was genius. I thought, and you know, that's one thing that Kevin Nash has go for him. And I'm just gonna jump way off topic real quick, but a lot of people say he booked him to do this and do that. The man lost the championship the very next day. You know what I'm saying? So I hate hearing like when they say these guys did all this crazy stuff and for themselves, only went into business for themselves. They do what they thought was best for business. The man Goldberg, you know, he couldn't be undefeated forever. He wasn't Andre the Giant.
Nah, I wasn't mad that he lost. We wasn't big Goldberg fans anyway. It wasn't like I was just
right. But I understand the disappointment as far as like you.
Plus, I was a Kevin Nash fan, to be honest with you. You know, so I dug
but
Big
to
Sexy.
But to me, that's wrestling. That's wrestling, dog. You build up something, and then somehow or another you pull out the rug in front of it. It's like, you know what I'm saying? That's what wrestling is. It's almost like a circus.
It's kind of hard for me, like for a world title match.
Yeah. Well, I understand that. Yeah.
You know, they already spray painted the belt. You know, which
but it's the ultimate disrespect. But that's what they were. Is the ultimate disrespect.
True. I mean, that's true to that point. Yeah, that's true. But I didn't like it.
Yeah. So
I was pissed off that night.
Yeah. Okay. So if it wasn't the world title, would it have made you even mad? Would it still been as pissed off?
No, because I really didn't care for when Triple H and HBK did it. You know? I mean, I wasn't butthurt about it, you know, but I thought it was stupid. Like, oh, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, that's just what it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Finger poke of doom will go down as history as one of the best, worst things that ever happened to wrestling. More so, worse. You know, people don't take too kindly to that. They did beat the shit out of Goldberg at the end after they were celebrating, and then
remember who came out there though?
Besides first of all, I was going to say that's when also you had Scott Steiner out there as well.
Right.
And then you had Luger come out and act like he was going to be with Goldberg, and then he turned on Goldberg.
Right.
You know, so you had, you know, that was Luger is now a heel because the Wolfpack, NWO Wolfpack weren't heels.
They were faces. Yeah.
Right. So, but and then the
Falcons got back together.
Huh?
The band got back together.
Yeah. So, but you know, NWO was just, man. I think They could have done a lot more with that Wolfpack black and white thing, though. They could have did a lot more with that, but I think once you added so many people, just like they say, it got watered down anyway.
Well, touch back on the Falcons though. You remember they
Oh
came
yeah,
and made a save.
yeah,
I guess when it went off air. But that was cool though, because that was right after the season the Falcons lost in Super Bowl. So they was kind of hot then, you know, with
right.
Jamal Anderson and I can't remember the other Falcons that came out there, but
Yeah, and Goldberg played for the Falcons, so
right.
you know.
So,
But yeah, I remember Jamal Anderson getting the microphone and getting on the turnbuckle saying NWO sucks and all that stuff.
right. And they
Yeah,
was at the Georgia Dome.
yeah,
So that
yeah.
was
They
cool.
was at home.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was cool.
yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah,
Who brought that one up? You did?
I did. Because just like you said, it all my stuff is monumental.
Yeah.
25
Okay.
years of Undertaker, you know.
Yeah.
You know,
You've been to all the good stuff,
a money in bank cash in.
right?
You cage matches, which we did
Right.
that together though.
Yeah. Well, I got to see Double A and Ricky Morton break kayfabe right in front of my face.
That was cool.
Beat that.
That was cool.
Yeah.
And I'm still a little upset about that Bound for Glory because there's a backstory behind that we didn't get into.
Right.
But we're gonna leave that alone.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, let's take let's do an indie show that we went to together.
Okay.
And a good friend of mine, shout out Wesley Wiley, he went with us, and we went to Rome.
That was cool.
And went and saw this show that was an indie show done by world renowned wrestling figure Vince Russo. So this is right after Vince Russo started going to church and stuff and got saved and stuff. So they did a Christian-based wrestling thing, but the whole card was nothing but TNA stars and a couple of indie guys. And you had the main event was Jeff Jarrett and Road Dogg for the NWA Championship. They had Rodney Mack there, remember? And but we had never seen ajstyles in person. And that was real early internet time too. So X-Pac was there, prime time. Skipper was there, and it's coming back to what I'm trying to talk to. So AJ Styles and Abyss were supposed to wrestle at that show, and like I say, it was early internet, so it wasn't like he was just knew everything that was going on.
Right.
We haven't been to a TNA show. You know, we knew about TNA. You know what I'm saying? But this is way before Hogan and them went over there, way before they were on Spike, I think. So, anyway, so we go to this show. But before we go to the show, a couple of days ahead of that, and we were strictly going, first of all, we love wrestling, but AJ Styles is what got us there. You know, that's all we was talking about. We finna see AJ Styles, man, blah, blah, blah. So the week before that, him and Abyss had a match, and AJ had like 6 to 8 stitches in his mouth, and was questionable for the show. So we was, you know, we were still going, but we was like, dang, he might not be there. You know what I'm saying? But it was all rumors and stuff. So, we get to the match. It was like in like a gym. It was almost like the Civic Center, dog. Like where they used to play the high school, you know,
like a convention center or something.
Yeah, like the high school basketball, the city championships, the Cobb County tournament or something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Something like that. So, but anyway, we had bleachers. So, man, we was sitting all over the place,
right?
Because it wasn't packed. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we were sitting all over. We would sit here, watch a match, go sit here, go outside for a minute. go back in, go sit here, go sit here. Then we got over there by, you could see backstage where they were coming out from.
That was cool.
Yeah. So AJ Styles was there. AJ Styles did everything we could possibly ask him to do. You know what I'm saying? He fought Abyss. So afterwards, all the wrestlers are just, some of them are out there, you know, taking their boots off. Some of them are got tables set up. You know, so we're talking to everybody. We're talking to Road Dogg.
That was cool.
Yeah. Prime Time. We talked to X-Pod. We got but we're looking for AJ Styles. You know what I'm saying? So that's when we got to roll up on AJ Styles. Got to talk to him for a minute, and that man was like, "Man, I appreciate y'all coming, and I wish I could have gave y'all more."
Right.
Bro, and I mean, we like paused for a minute,
right,
because the man had stitches in his lip right here. You know what I'm saying? And just went and wrestled Abyss. That ain't no easy task just to go out there. I'm sure they make it easy because they're professionals. They're both good. AJ Styles is phenomenal, you know, but it ain't no walk in the park.
I mean, dude gave us Pele kicks and everything, man. He was AJ Styles. He don't have to do it. He was out there. It was like watching TNA. He fight the biz. It was just another night at the office. But he told us, "I wish I could have gave you more." Like, and we're just like, "You're AJ Styles, bro."
Bro,
you know,
we was like, bro, we didn't even. Yeah, because we was
we
like,
happy
man,
to be here.
We were like, give us more. We thought you weren't even gonna be here. Like, we can't. He was so cool, man, and so humble.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that he was already one of our favorites. So that really threw him in the upper echelon of the Welcome to Wrestling Hall of Fame.
You remember we seen his little baby.
Yeah.
Also, another thing that threw me for a loop. That was the first time seeing Biz without a mask.
Oh,
you know, when you look behind the curtain.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah.
That was the first time seeing him without a mask. I was like, damn, he looked crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah. But that was worth the ride there, bro. It was worth the drive, baby.
Yeah, no, that was cool.
That was a good one. Cool. Yeah, especially the interaction. It don't get no better than that.
Well, don't forget another person we interact with, one of the managers, Percy Pringle.
Yeah, and shout out to Paul Bear. We did not get to mention him the other day when we did the manager. He definitely belongs on that list.
Right.
You know, but yeah, we got to talk to him and everything. That was cool. You know, and he passed. It wasn't. You know, he didn't pass right after that, but it wasn't that much longer, I don't think, before he passed, because he passed away a good while ago.
Right.
Yeah, but shout out Percy Pringle, aka Paul Bearer. Yeah, but that man, and plus we even got to talk to Vince Russo for a minute.
Right.
Talk to him right by the ring, and that's what we were sitting there. And we was like right by the ring where we could touch the apron, and like kids were getting in and stuff.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, them kids will get in. I was like, I want to get in and run the ropes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, that was really cool. That was like one of the first times we've ever been to anything like that too.
Right.
Where we could just walk up to him and talk and stuff. So we was already starstruck.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about a few more, dog. We got plenty of time.
Well, I know, right? Now, this another one was a real cool one. I go to the second AEW show.
Yeah.
And those are some good seats too. We sat right by the ramp.
Right.
You know, and seeing them come to the ring with the stage, and from that perspective was pretty cool. And we saw a lot of, especially looking back at it, CM Punk wrestled. That he was you know, was that Hangman Page he was beefing with?
Yeah, bro. Cause we got to see, man, CM Punk.
Cody fought Andrade in like a
Yeah,
street fight, and he
yeah,
did the spot when he went through the table, the flaming table.
yeah. But remember, he was out there right by us, right in front
Yeah,
of us,
fighting in the
fighting.
crowd. I got
Yeah,
footage of that in my phone.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah,
that was cool, man.
yeah. We got to see MJF come out there, cut a major promo. Adam Cole was there.
Right.
Yeah, we got to say Adam Cole, baby.
Yeah,
Adam
yeah.
Cole, baby.
Baby. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So that show, them AEW shows, like, they didn't disappoint at all.
Right.
No, they didn't disappoint, dog.
No, that was
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. All right, man. I just got to talk about I'm gonna go away from the actual wrestling of matches, and I'm gonna take you to 2009.
That's cool.
The first time the Four Horsemen have been all back together in years at the
Okay.
NWA Wrestling Fan Fest. And bro, when I tell you that, first of all, I ain't never been to no fan fest or nothing like that. That's my first one.
Okay.
And I mean to tell you, I've never, ever had so much fun. I went by myself, got to meet Ric Flair. Ric Flair was the first person I met when I got there.
Mm.
When I got there, because when I found out about it, it was too late to get the room at the hotel that
Right. Okay.
the fan fest was at. So
Right.
I had it across, but I was right across the street. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Went, checked in the hotel, got the truck unloaded, all that stuff. And then I went over there to, get all the stuff that you buy, like your pass and all that stuff. You got to go check in or whatever.
Right.
And that's when they had I think the first night was, you check in, and then they had the Ric Flair and Harley Race did a Q&A about about Starrcade 83. They did and so you could take a picture with them holding the 10 pounds of gold. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but I go over there and check in, and I go to the bathroom real quick, and then Mother Nate walks right out the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, I didn't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? I just started doing the little bow thing. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what to do. And he was humbled in. Oh, don't do that, man. Good to see you, big man. And kept on walking, but man, got the kicker with Two Cold Scorpio and Bill Alfonso, like on some personal type stuff, and hang with them a little bit, and all the people that you meet, just everybody. And then the funniest part is the wrestling fans. And I hope I don't piss them off, but wrestling fans are weird. You know what I mean? We weird.
Yeah, we
all got weird tendencies, dog.
Yeah.
But some of them wrestling fans, bro, it's a trip. You talking about go somewhere and just people watch and just be laughing, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you'll meet some characters and everybody thinks they know more than the other one.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true. I mean,
but
we both guilty.
Yeah. And man, got to meet all the horsemen except for Ole, and I ain't mind that. You know what I'm saying? So, but and I've been to a couple of them, and we ain't gonna be able to talk about all of them. So I just jumped. The other one that I went to was based on like the Rock and Roll Express wrestled that night. Yeah, it was crazy. It was like 4 days, all of them. You got wrestle matches on Saturday and Sunday, and you just meet everybody. The rest of them, they got the Q&A. Jim Cornette did some stuff there. You know what I'm saying? It was just, I wish they still had them. You know what I mean? Because it's so good. But a lot of them guys have left and gone. Almost went to jail with Bob Eaton's daughter and her boyfriend.
That's crazy.
When we get going and get the Patreon going and got people paying, listen, I'll tell that story then. But that was crazy. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no crazy stuff, but it was a crazy experience. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It wasn't nothing weird or nothing like that. Don't be thinking no weirdo stuff. And RIP and shout out to beautiful Bobby, man. One of the best and greatest to ever do it. One of the nicest people I ever met in my whole entire life.
That's cool.
But yeah, man, those conventions and stuff, man, they're just, if you just be you and be cool enough, man, a lot of them guys sit there and have a full-blown conversation with you. You know what I'm saying? Something that you'll never forget. It's just what a cool experience. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a piggyback off of that one. But first, I'm gonna have to mention probably till this day my biggest disappointment that we didn't pull the trigger on this, especially since it seems like WrestleMania will not come back to Atlanta. ATL, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, we got a new stadium.
Right.
I'm still disappointed in that. However,
they want
we
to go
did
to
not go.
New Orleans.
We did not go to WrestleMania in 27.
Yeah.
Which is 2011. So,
and we could have went, but
we were down there hanging out.
We were that's when we got spoiled, man. We just spoiled ourselves about, and then I just didn't want to sit up in the Raptors, but it's WrestleMania, you know what I'm saying? So if I could do it over again, I'll do it.
We took it for granted.
Yeah, but we're going. It's gonna come. We ain't worried about it.
But
we should have pulled the trigger on that.
But what good came out of that? We were tailgating, and of course you went to the Fan Fest in 09.
Yeah.
Well, one of the promoters, Greg Price, and his people, they had like a little raffle for one that they was gonna have in Atlanta later on that year, and I won the raffle.
Yeah.
So I got
I had to pay for my ticket. Yeah.
I
had to pay for mine. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to go for free. So that was the bomb right there.
Yeah.
So now it's part two. I didn't go to the first one. Went to one that was in Atlanta. That was one they was called. They was promoting the whole last battle in Atlanta.
With Roddy Piper and Greg Valentine dog collar match.
Which that really was at Starrcade 83.
Right.
It wasn't even in Atlanta. It was in Greensboro, North Carolina, but whatever. But
that's what happened when you got a bunch of marks putting the convention together.
Yeah. Hey, but that was cool experience. Especially because I didn't go to the first one, so I got the experience what you was talking about. And I just think of a lot of first I'm start out with just kicking it with Matt Morgan. We was going out, and he was out there, on his cigarettes or whatever, and
we took
just
a
chopping up
break.
with him. Yeah. So
good old stogie.
That was cool because like this small talking with him, he was down to earth, and then we kept seeing him out there. So later on, we saw him. He was like, "You guys still out here?"
Every chance we get.
yeah, just like you, buddy.
Right.
But just seeing how big he was, and like, cause he's tall, but his shoulders and chest seems on TV. Man. Like he looked bigger in person.
Yeah.
But that was cool. Then of course we was, shoot a breeze with Ron Simmons.
Yeah, that was real cool.
Yeah, that was cool, and I had to stare off with Greg to have a Valentine all the way across the room, right? Like that dude was like, he still looked dangerous,
Yeah.
Like he an old I don't know. It's like he was across the room, and how you be scanning the room, just people watching or whatever. We had a wrestling event, so we seen our outlaw Ron Bass walking by, Luke Gallows walking around with them wrestling tights on.
Right.
You know what I mean? Virgil over there trying to strong arm people to take a picture and get his autograph. I mean, it was a lot going on.
Abdullah the Butcher out there in the foyer selling stuff and what he was supposed to.
It was crazy, but me and the Hammer made eye-to-eye contact.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to be like, oh, he ain't finna punk me, and we looked at each other, and then he gave me the head nod, like, So I gave him the head nod. It was like,
you gave him the wave nod, bro.
Yeah. I don't know if I accomplished anything with that, but but it was like he gave me respect, because like we was like I was like he was looking dangerous. I
He
almost
probably
folded.
thought he could probably go.
I don't know what he was thinking. I sure didn't want him to come chop me.
Right. Yeah.
But we was walking Jerry Lawler and Superstar Bill Dundee
Yeah.
and
JJ Dillon and
or
yeah.
how about the Rob Van Dam at the bar?
Yeah,
And
that was crazy.
with
Yeah.
with old girl, Puerto Rican WWE.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I can't remember her name.
Just
For some
move down
reason.
just move to SmackDown.
Yeah. It's
That was
cloudy.
LWO. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But she of course she was there, but of course you remember we had our little combo with RVD. We'll just leave it at that. We'll just leave it at that. But that was cool, in itself.
Yeah.
That was a cool experience. I never experienced nothing like that, so that was that was my first. So I know, and you're probably gonna say, but your first experience was probably it was bigger, right?
Yeah, that's and if you remember, they had one more after that, and then it really died down. And
okay,
because I went to the one after is when I went, but the one again in Charlotte.
Okay,
and it wasn't as big as the first one I went to. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? But they had a couple before that, though. One I went to, they did it for about, I think he might have did it about 8 years. I could be lying, hell, I don't know. But just going off of what I think. But yeah, it was a little smaller, but nothing beats it, dog. You know what I'm saying? Interaction with professional wrestlers that you know and grew up watching, nothing beats that,
Right.
dog. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the first one I went to was huge. And I think it was their biggest one, and probably because of the Horsemen.
Right.
Well, it was because of the Horsemen. But you had Ox Baker walking around. You had, you know what I'm saying? Like
wow.
Ivan Koloff. You
Right.
got the Masked Superstar. You got the Steiners
Baker.
over. You got the yeah. You got the Steiners over here, and then you got the Nasty Boys over here, and they're fussing and arguing with each other across the room. And Rick Steiner's telling, "Shut up, fat boy," and you know what I'm saying, all that stuff. It was crazy, absolutely crazy.
Yeah, that's
DDP was there. Ricky Steamboat. That's when his son was still able to wrestle at the time. He wrestled.
Right.
Tracy Smothers. Mike, Richie Steamboat. Mike Jackson. Mike Jackson was old when we were watching it as kids.
Right.
This mother was still out there going at 60 something at the time. And still doing all the crazy stuff, man. The matches were good. Everything was the whole experience is just cool. But that first one just really throw you off because you just got to take everything in.
Well, and of course, the second one for you was my first one. But you also remember we interacted with Colt Cabana.
Yeah.
After that whole thing with CM Punk was going on.
Yeah.
So that was a trip.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. And to this day, they don't talk no more. That's crazy, man. Absolute crazy. But we don't know the ins and outs. I ain't gonna sit here and never take sides on something I don't really know about. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like we don't, you don't know what happened with them two. Them both. It's one of those situations they both think they're right, and that's all we know. You know what I'm saying? Everybody thinks their side is the right side. But we weren't there. We don't know the ins and outs and all that stuff. So ain't no judgment over here, man.
One more thing I can say about that second show. That is where we got the title of our podcast.
The one I went to. Yeah, absolutely. And so we'll just tell the story real quick, and then we'll talk about one more show and wrap it up. And we can revisit this later on. we were down there. It was a Saturday night when they had the matches in Charlotte, and it's in a the biggest room that the hotel has. They got the ring set up, of course, and they got chairs and stuff around, and Tommy Wildfire Rich. Now, when I tell you this is a wrestling geek now. When it's a fan fest like this, you got to understand, you're not going there nobody's going there trying to meet no ladies or nothing, okay? So a good-looking woman at a wrestling fan fest is few and far between, the ones I've been to. You know what I'm saying? So you might have one or two single ladies walking around. So there happened to be a lady walking by herself, and Tommy Wildfire Rich just walked down there with he got a button up, some shorts, and a bandana on, and some you know what I'm saying, just chilling. And comes down there and speaks to me because I'm at the front and I'm standing up. I'm not really in there, you know what I'm saying, sitting down. Right. You know how I am. Right. So I'm back there talking to Ricky Morton. You know, he just chopping it up, man. Right. You know, you enjoying yourself? I mean, I'm loving it. Oh, that's cool, man. You know, chopping up Ricky Morton, and here comes Tommy Wildfire Rich come by. And he said, "What's up?" to Ricky Morton, walked over there, and here come this lady. And he looked at her and he said, "Hey, beautiful, come on in. Welcome to wrestling." You know what I'm saying? Hey, man. And I mean to tell you, it don't do no justice for the way I say it. If you could have heard, he looked like he might have had, you know, one or two drinks, you know, before it. But when the way he said it, bro, it might have been one of the funniest things I had heard in a long time, bro. Welcome to wrestling. Right. You know what I'm saying? He didn't say it's a wrestling matches or this is nothing. He said, welcome to wrestling. Come on in, baby.
Like it's a whole, you know, it ain't, like you said, it's not just the matches. It's a whole way of living. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So yeah, that was funny, dog. But yeah, that's where the name came from. Absolutely. So man, shout out to Thomas Rich.
Tommy, you know, I seen these to him on Facebook Messenger, right?
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know if you look at it though.
Well, don't show it. We might have to break him off something when we hit it big. Stop sending them to him.
We might get a lawyer.
Especially now. We done sit there and told on ourselves now where we got the title from. He gonna try to sue us and shit. Way to go, Larry. Crash and burn. I did say I was chopping it up with Rick and Morty, right? Yeah, we're like this.
That way you told that you had your hair cut like him.
Yeah, man. 2nd grade, man. I looked just like you. We were twins. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
All right, man. Well, I'm gonna let you take the last one, and then we're gonna take it on out of here. So think long and hard, man, about which one you want to do. Make it a good one. Cause we got plenty of more.
Yeah. Man, can't put me on the spot. I thought you were gonna do the last one.
Well, that's what you get for thoughting. Shout out Coach Gatewood.
No thought. Oh man,
Coach, I thought. Don't thought. Shout out Coach Gatewood, man. Shout out Ted Gatewood.
Absolutely,
Coach Teddy Gatewood. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Avid listener.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Future guest.
Well, this probably going to be like, I don't want to say underwhelming, but it was like pretty much like my only house show I ever been to.
Yeah.
It was a WCW Nitro. For my freshman year, right after high school, I went and played football for Mars Hill College, to Mars Hill, North Carolina, and it was in the right outside of Asheville. We was near the border of Tennessee. So we used to go across the mountain and go hang out in Johnson City, Tennessee. And that's where East Tennessee State was located. But they
Right.
had an arena called Freedom Hall. And they had a house show. WCW had a house show there. That was when Goldberg was on the street.
Yeah.
And he went against Yuji Nagata.
Oh.
And
okay.
Nash. And I don't remember that was the only match I really remembered, but I remember like Nash and Scott Steiner and all them guys had matches. It was definitely NWO days. But I remember vividly we stopped at a gas station. Me and my boy David Cassell, shout out David Cassell, wherever you are, who ended up being a Hall of Famer at Marshall as a tight end. But he was from Johnson City, so I used to go over there with him and to hang out. So I went with him and a couple of his local buddies.
Oh, okay.
But when we went to the gas station afterwards, we seen Nash and Scott Steiner riding in the car together, going to get them a case, and we're about to hit the road, so that was cool. Just
you get to holler at him.
Small talk. Hey, what's up? Oh yeah, all right. And they got in the car, got egg on,
Yeah.
But
hey, power bomb me real quick.
Right. But
and you was in college with the machine gun, didn't even know it.
Yeah, I know.
Shout out to Carl Anderson.
I think he came a year after me though. But he played baseball, which is crazy because that was a whole nother story. But
yeah,
we almost got into a full-fledged fight with the baseball players. But that's a story for a different time. At the Hill. But that was cool. That was cool. Just house show. It wasn't like being at a Nitro and all that,
right.
So it was like, okay, it was different.
Yeah, it's just straight wrestling. You're gonna get the entrance music, but you're not gonna get all the pyro and all that stuff.
All the pyro, and then the arena was dark. It wasn't. They didn't have it lit all up.
Right. They might give a couple of guys about 10, 15 minutes to go, and more than what they get on TV. You know what I mean? See a couple of people you wouldn't normally see.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that was different. Different experience. So that was cool. And plus, it wasn't in Atlanta. I'm, in a totally different city.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
All right, man. Well, shoot, man. It's been fun, man. It's been another episode of Welcome to Wrasslin. We do have, as far as the Welcome to Wrasslin podcast, we're going to keep busting them out every week. But as far as the Welcome to Wrasslin channel, we're going to have something new coming up that we're going to be doing probably twice a month if we can. And it's going to be based on Marietta football. Marietta High School in Marietta, Georgia, we went to. We're going to have former players on, just talking experiences, having fun, laughing. And I'm going to have a couple of old coaches on, and just something that we're passionate about, or, from our era and, the era before us, and maybe some of the guys after us, you know what I mean? So, but look forward to that coming up. And, hey, we're going to do something special for WrestleMania. We haven't quite figured it out yet, but we're going to do it. It's going to be something cool. And y'all just keep listening, keep comment, liking and comment. If you shout out to all our subscribers, but if you ain't subscribed yet, subscribe to us. 24 men will be at 100. 24 more subscribers will be at 100. So tell your friends about us. Tell your friends, tell your outlaw, tell your in-laws, your aunties, everybody. Anybody that even thought about liking wrestling, maybe we'll get them to like it again. But hey, POT, I'm Big E, and we out, man. It's Welcome to Wrasslin.
Welcome to Wrasslin.
I thought I told you it's Welcome to Wrasslin.
Welcome to Wrasslin, Chetty Bobby. Welcome to Wrasslin with Big E and the POT. Podcast tag champs of the whole world, slamming like a DDT. Got it like just like a figure four. Hulk Hogan, all they do is flex. Talking wrestling while they get the dough. Off the top like a superplex. Think they letting up? Hell no. Dusty Rose with the elbow. From the corner like a stinging splash. Straight to the face, I know you felt those. Hey, y'all crying out for help though. Rising up like the dead man. About to go upside your head like Stone Cold with the bedpan. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrestling where you need to be. Chetty Bobby, this show improve like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrestling where you need to be. Chetty Bobby, this show improve like John Cena, you ain't seeing me.